Okay, so Mr. Saleh, what we're talking about? I said that if we have a candlestick with a very long shadow and a small body at the swing high or swing low, if we have several small candlesticks inside of that, what should we do? You should ignore that. You see, whenever a candlestick is completed inside the previous one, you should completely ignore them. You see, for example, in here, this is a swing high candlestick here, but it was completed inside the previous one, so it wasn't performed. You see that? It's not performed. It had to cause a downward movement, but it couldn't. So any candlestick that is completed inside the previous one, you shouldn't pay attention to it because they're not important. For example, in here, imagine you don't have that part of the market and you're at this place. If you look at this candlestick and you see this long shadow here and you think that it's a swing high candlestick, imagine you don't have these two, you have just this one. You should put your stop loss here. Or for example, in here, this candlestick has a long shadow, right? Yes. But it's inside a candlestick base. So it hasn't performed, as you can see. Excuse me, what about this one? The shadow in here is very long, right? No, you see, this was performed. The You get a buy signal from this. The shadow is longer than the body. These two have been completed inside this swing high candlestick, but this candlestick itself is a good swing high candlestick. You see, it has caused an upward movement for about 20 pips. The reason why we've had a decline there, you should mix it with pivots. Excuse me, we should have bought here at the tip of this one. Is that correct? Yes, if you want to say that, yes, but I'm telling you ways to start buying even sooner than that. I teach you techniques that you can even gain these little profits between them. You see, I haven't read the book and I don't really like the book and what it says. You see, in the past, I found three mistakes in the book. You see, the books were written by someone like me, and we all have errors. So that is why I don't really like the book, and I haven't seen that in the book as well. You see, the rules that I just told you about a candlestick that is completed inside the previous one is unreliable. I haven't seen this rule in the book. So whenever you see a swing high candlestick that the shadow is longer than the two sides of it, that is a swing high. And when you see that, you should check the factors. Is it wide or is it empty? Is it completed inside a pivot or not? And what is the length of the shadow? What is in your trend line? Is it in my 61 level of Fibonacci? Excuse me, I mean 78. You see, these are some of the factors that every candlestick has to have. So I'm going to move on to the market from now. So the longer the shadow, the better, right? Yes, exactly. And it's more powerful. For example, in here, in the hourly time frame, you don't see any swing high candlesticks. In the 4 hour time frames, though, you see a swing high candlestick. That is why I told you to check all of these time frames and take orders based on the 4 hour time frames. But which is more easy for you? Is it easier to trade based on the hourly time frame or the 4 hour time frame? You see, the hourly time frame is a little bit unclear. So it's so much better to start trading based on your 4 hour time frame candlesticks. So it gives you a very good signal all the time. For example, in here, take a look at this. The reason why this wasn't performed, you have to pay attention to your trend line and your pivots. You see, you, two of the factors are here. It was completed inside a pivot and it was completed in an ascending way, but from the top it was ruined. So you shouldn't take orders based on this. I want to find other examples. In this chart, you said I told you not to mind the small candlesticks here, but in here the shadow is longer than the body. So it has given us a buy signal. It's more visible in the hourly time frame. So the shadow here is long, it's longer than the body, and it's giving us a buy signal here. So it's causing an upward movement. I'm saying that if you consider something as a swing high candlestick, pay attention that you have at least two swing high candlesticks every day. One of them is at 1:30 p.m. and the other one is at 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. So look at this market watch here. Every 4 hours on 1, 4, 8 o'clock, look for your candlesticks. The best ones is at 1:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. And I think most of you trade on evenings, so the 4:30 p.m. one is better for you. Or you either have a swing high, continuation, reversal candlestick. So if you see this swing high, because you're going to see this every day or every week, stock the market and look for it. If you see it, uh, you know that it's reliable, and we have other candlesticks as well, but for now please just know where to enter the market. So you have to enter whenever you see the swing high candlestick or the reversal candlestick. So is that clear for everyone? Yes. All right. Or in here in the AUD chart, we have a very long shadow, and you see that it has caused an upward movement. But there's one point. Whenever you see a swing high candlestick that has all of the factors and it's a good swing high candlestick, know that in that chart you're going to have a Fibonacci chart. So whenever you see it, you'll know that Fibonacci is going to be performed in that chart. You see the price is on 78 and it's now stuck at 61 level. So whenever you see these are all of the factors and you have to keep in mind, and you have to use all of these techniques from the day you started learning until now. Please use all of the techniques I've told you. I'm not when I'm teaching about indicators, it doesn't mean that you have to forget about everything else. You see, whenever you see a swing high candlestick with a long shadow that has all of the factors, know that you're going to have a Fibonacci chart performed in that trend. So whenever you see it, know that you can draw your Fibonacci. For example, in euro dollar here, we have this very good swing high candlestick here, so it means that I'm going to have a Fibonacci. And before this swing high candlestick here is completed, you see, for example, in here, whenever you see a candlestick that is completed with a long shadow, it tells you that this is going to be your swing high candlestick. So your chart is going to have Fibonacci. So don't look for trend lines or pivots or anything else. So whenever you see it, you're definitely going to have Fibonacci. For example, in here, you can have Fibonacci in this area too. Excuse me. The trend line that you just drew, right, a little bit to the right. You mean these? Yes, to the right. The last candlesticks, yes, here. The last swing high candlestick on the left, more to the left and to the bottom. You mean this? Please show it to me. You have access. And do I have access now? You can draw on the chart with your pencil. It's right there. Where is the pencil? Can you see it? Can you see me? Which candlestick are you talking about? The first candlestick or the third candlestick? The third one. The one on the bottom. Yes, that one. Yeah, the one that has fractal. You see, this compared to the one previous to it, it is higher. So is this telling us that we're probably going to have a reversal? No, you see, you're getting this all confused. Don't make it difficult for yourself. The price is at 78 level right now. So don't forget these points. You have to always draw Fibonacci trend lines, and you should locate your pivots, and then based on candlesticks you can know where to enter. You see, the thing that you just pointed out, does it have any of the confirmations? Whenever it goes further than this area, you could say that it's a swing high candlestick. So if you want to say that, this is a warning for us. Is that correct? Yes, it's a warning, but it's not a confirmation yet. So I'm not saying that I should buy based on that, but I'm just asking, is that a warning for us if it breaks the trend line, for example? So imagine it breaks the trend line. If that happens, we can start buying, right? Yes, that's correct. So you're stuck in here right now. So you can use the wolf technique that I taught you. You can also draw your Fibonacci chart here, and you also have an overall Fibonacci. It has retraced on 89 level, right? Yes, you see it's on your 78 level. But based on candlesticks, you have to get the signals. If you want to get the signals based on your trend line, you can buy. But based on your candlestick, based on this candlestick here, I have to buy. But I haven't taught you these kinds of candlesticks. So if I want to start getting orders at this point, I have drawn my Fibonacci and trend line. I have located my pivots, and I see that the candlesticks is giving me a buy signal. So I should start buying and put my stop loss at this point. Where should you put your take profit based on your pivots? See, for example, in here, you could put it here. The pivot that is right there. But for now, the thing that you have to do is that, and I advise you to do this, when you are practicing after your lessons, have a piece of paper next to you, and first you should start drawing your trend line, then your Fibonacci, third locate your pivots, and fourthly you should find your swing highs. In here you didn't have any swing highs. You see, you've had just one there that has been retraced based on your pivots and trend lines. But I'm teaching you about all of these. And when I'm done with candlesticks, when you know about all of the candlesticks, you should use all of the previous method that you have learned. If you don't use them, you're going to make mistakes. The candlesticks are the last things that you're going to learn, and that's what's going to tell you when to enter the market. And pivots tell you where to exit. So this is the last thing, the last strategy that you're going to learn. And the swing high candlestick is the first candlestick that you're going to learn. But because you hadn't drawn your Fibonacci, it was a little bit unclear for you. But when you draw all of these, you could be assured. You see, I told you that whenever we have a swing high candlestick, I have a Fibonacci there. And I also can draw my trend line here. So the thing I'm going to do is that, see, I have this top wall here that is giving me an a descending signal. So when should I enter? You see, the pivots are located here. So I shouldn't take orders here. If you take orders here, you're going to lose. And it's a common mistake. So you should put your sell stop below this. When it's open, you're going to get about 50 pips of profit. But when you're at this pivot right now, the price is stuck here. You have an ascending signal here based on your candlestick. You can buy up until this area. This area that has your pivots, which is a little bit of profit, only 7 pips of profit. But I found that my elasticity was ascending based on Fibonacci and trend lines and candlesticks. So please do this. Use all of your strategies. If you don't use them, you're not going to be successful. When I teach you a new method, it doesn't mean that you're going to have to forget about the previous ones. In every single thing you do in the market, you have to use all of your strategies. I told you that you have 6 strategies: trend line, Fibonacci, pivots, swing highs and swing lows, candlesticks, and the confirmation. So these are your 6 strategies, and you have learned 4 of them. So now you're learning about the candlesticks. You have to use all of the methods. Now you know what the swing high candlestick is. Is that correct? Yes. So don't look for small swing high candlesticks. If a candlestick itself is small, it doesn't matter, it's not important. Or the ones that are completed inside the previous candlestick, they are not important as well. So look for the ones. Please go onto the past of the market, and whenever you see a candlestick that has a long shadow and it is lower or higher than the 2 sides of it, and it was completed inside the pivot, and it gives you a good signal. If you see a candlestick like that, please screenshot it and highlight it and send it to me. So the first thing that you're going to learn now was candlesticks. After that, I'm going to teach you about the reversal candlestick. And after that, you're going to learn about the continuation candlestick. That is your ascending, your descending candlestick. And after that, you're going to learn about engulfing candlestick. So you're going to learn about all of those so that when you are trading, you know that what is going to happen in the future of the market. So the candlesticks is the only method that tells you what is going to happen at the moment in the market. So it tells you what's going to happen in the next second. Some of the methods tell you what's going to happen in the next hour, but the candlesticks tell you that what's going to happen in the next second. So please locate these swing high candlesticks. This is your homework. And please rewatch the recorded version of the class. Is that clear? Yes, thank you. Excuse me. So we should, that is our homework. Yes, do that and send it to me. Try to look for it in 4-hour time frame. If you didn't have any swing high candlesticks in the 4-hour time frame, you can move on to the hourly time frame. But please try to work on 4-hour time frame. Make that a habit for yourself. But I have to tell you something. Send me the swing high candlesticks. And also another homework for you is that you have to send me trend line, Fibonacci, and pivots in 3 charts. Please locate these 3 strategies in 3 charts and send it to me. For example, in here, I look at this here. Imagine I'm analyzing this chart. I will say that, for example, the price is going to reach this area in the future. Do that as well and send it to me, and I will check them for you. So Fibonacci trend line and swing lows technique. Please do that in 3 charts and analyze the charts for me. And please highlight it with a cross that, for example, the price is going to reach this area. And also the swing high candlestick homework is another thing you have to do. So you're not going to have any more swing high candlesticks tonight, but tomorrow you're going to have swing high candlesticks. So please locate them for me and send it to me. So that I can see you have learned about the swing high candlesticks. So be online on your markets and keep stocking the market. As soon as a swing high candlestick is formed, please send it to me. Miss Sharifi, is that clear? Yes, thank you. I will send you the video tonight so you can rewatch it and see and understand it better. Excuse me, what was the swing low technique? You see, it was about the swing highs and swing lows when the, for example, the swing lows are. I think you have forgotten about it. You see, when I said that whenever the next swing high is formed below the previous one, it means that we have a downtrend. This is the one of the techniques that tell you you have a downtrend or an uptrend. So yeah, this is one of our confirmations. Yes, that is correct. All right, I got it. So we have to do our homework based on all of these techniques. We can take orders in our demo version based on the techniques that you told us to. Yes, you can do that. Because, for example, you're definitely going to have these candlesticks in your charts, at least in one of your charts. So please open your order in your demo version so I can see if you have any problems or not. Excuse me. I just wanted to. No, I will ask my question next session. No, that's okay. You can ask it right now. I wanted to. I wanted to check some of these charts. For what? For the signals? Yes. For example, an NZUSD chart. You see, for signals, don't look for signals tonight because the market is unclear right now. When the daily candlestick is completed, from Tuesday noon, you're going to have better trends. But tonight, don't trade at all. When I tell you on what times you should trade, and I tell you how you can understand that the market right now is weak or not. But right now, please don't trade because you're going to lose money. The market is very unclear, even for me. Excuse me. So we should look at the last weekly candlestick, right? Should it? Do you think it would help us? The candlesticks from last week? Yes, it doesn't make any difference. In all of the time frames, you can look for your swing high candlesticks. They give you the signals. For example, in NZD chart, you can see this candlestick here. It doesn't make any difference in any time frame. For example, in weekly time frame, the candlestick from next week gives us, for example, a descending or ascending signal. It's possible. And Mr. Arifi, this is especially good for you because you want to trade long term. The candlesticks have rules. You see, the candlestick from today has opened the one from last week. Let me tell you the whole weekly market right now. What is this one? Yes, the pound chart is right now a little bit unclear. Is it ascending? It's a little bit unclear. You can't tell. It's almost ascending. So expect a little bit of an upward movement here, but you have pivots here. So the pound now is stuck there. You shouldn't trade on that. In euro, I told you that if it opens, the price there is, you're going to have a decline, and if it doesn't, it's going to be an engulfing one. That is what I told you on the group. In AUD, you have a downtrend in your weekly time frame. This week the market is not very good. It's most of them are sideways. Yes, you told that last week too. Yes. In euro dollar, if this area here is opened, it's going to go up. It will be a continuation candlestick. In your CHF, it's going to go up. Can we look at USD CAD as well? Yeah, the based on your weekly time frame, it's ascending. The best analysis that I did this week was the gold chart. It's going to decline this week. And I traded based on the gold chart myself. But you have to wait until tomorrow. I think it's going to come up to here until the end of the week. So until next week, it's going to come up to here. But all of the charts this week are unclear and weak. You see, we have several candlesticks that are like this in this chart. And I told all of my students that the markets that are good right now are oil and gold and these kinds of currency pairs. But please try not to trade up until tomorrow noon to see if what kinds of signals we're going to get. Okay, so any questions? Thank you so much. I will upload the video for you. Excuse me. Can we please move on to the USD CHF chart? So up until where are we going to have an uptrend? Until here. For now. This is our weekly pivot. So is there a possibility of a return? Yes, you're definitely going to have a reversal there. If it goes further than that, it's definitely going to reach this area. But your trend line here has been broken too. Yes, that is why I said that. And based on your Fibonacci, it's on your 61 level. So it's going to reach this area here. But the market this week is not very good. So if it goes further than the 61 level, is it going to reach the 78 level? Yes. You're going to have a trend up until this area. I got that. Be careful. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good night. Goodbye. Miss Sharifi, goodbye.